We have a great weapon here. I love it. The first craftable 120, I crafted mine, and I'm going to put a lot into this review. I want you to do well with it. I have tips for it, min-max, and more. Side note, these weapons take shaders really well. I went with Skelegal for the RGB. Do with it what you want, but all shaders change the aesthetic, the glow, and just overall look to it. They got a great look. Round Robin is a strand cannon. I want to be upfront with what this thing is and what it is not, because in the end, we need to take advantage of its skill set. What perks and combinations are strong for it and it only? That's also going to come down to you. What it is not, the Igneous Hammer. I'm not going to carry along here any further than right now, comparing it to some other 120s. Round Robin does stand on its own 2 feet in a different way, but the hammer, it's a stat monster, great perks, dueling or lethal, a complete outlier. And Round Robin is not that. That's okay though. They're in different slots and you can do different things. To obtain it, run the seasonal event, but what most people are doing is they're going to it and then trying to find the gold patrols, because the gold patrols have a chance to drop a red border weapon. So in reality, you only need 2 red borders, because if you do the campaign, there's a quest at the end where you're going to get a red border Round Robin. So what I did my original character, then I paid to boost, because I'm a content creator, got to get through things. I'm sorry, you don't have to do that. But for each character, after you beat the campaign, you can do that quest to get a red border. So you're going to have 3 basically free red borders. You just have to find 2. Base stat wise, it's closest to the weapon it was modeled after, Loud Lullaby. And that's one of my personal favorites. And the base stats are routine for an aggressive frame, low handling, low reload, low stability. We have the nanotech tracer rockets. Landing multiple hits turns your next shot into a homing micro rocket. It's a strand weapon. It shoots a little strand rocket every 4th hit. And I got a really cool clip later on, but it's just added damage and it can break a strand shield. Some of the things on these weapons though, you have to pay attention to, like the reload. I mean, do you remember the scene in the movie, or maybe you've seen the GIF of Austin Powers, the scene where he's in the little go-kart in the narrow tunnel, just backing in and backing out and going nowhere? That's what this reload is like. Because like in PvE, when you break a phalanx shield, by the time you get it reloaded from its base 22 reload, the shield's back up. Like, not good. That's something that's gonna have to be addressed. I first want to start with the perks. We're going to work back, and when I show mine later on, I do have it set up a particular way. We're going to talk about other perk combinations, what works really, really well. There are min-maxes that happen, and this thing can craft a variety of ways, but the most important thing is to craft it to your strengths, where you're using it and what you want to do with it. It has those things. Some tough choices are made. In the 3rd column, I'm going to group 3 perks together. 4 times a charm, subsistence, envious assassin. Because this thing has poor reload, low magazine, they are warranted in PvE. Are they necessarily the best perks? Yes and no. Hand cannons kind of struggle, but what's nice, you get a weapon surge going fairly easily, helps down a little bit better. 4th time the charms, landing crit, subsistence is getting final blows, and envious assassin, a new one, rapidly defeating targets with other weapons, throws ammo into this one. But unlike autoloading holster or sympathetic arsenal, the effect can overflow the magazine based on the number of targets defeated. So that's really nice. It does have some pairing perks. We'll talk about it at the end. That leaves under pressure. It works because it's got a base 8-round magazine. The bottom 50%, you get really good bonuses, 30 stability, huge accuracy help. It's not my first pick, but it's going to come up a pretty good amount on this particular weapon. Killing Wind, I love the perk, PvE or the Crucible. Mostly for PvP with this one. Get a kill, it lasts for 5 seconds. You can gain additional kills and it will cap out to 8 if the time allows, but it can be refreshed. You get plus 20 range, 50 mobility, 40 handling, and the best strafe scaler in the game. Enhanced is a little bit longer. It has pairing perks, especially since it's craftable with the barrel mag and mod. You can make something happen with this. PvE, the bonuses to the strafe and the handling makes it feel a lot more snappy, and plus 20 range is plus 20 range, and that's always good in PvE. Next, more PvP specific, Perfect Float. It activates at 6 seconds, but every 3 seconds, you need to deal or receive damage. Once 6 seconds has gone by, the perk is active. While active, you get anti-flinch. It's about half of what No Distractions gives, and plus 30 airborne. Now, the enhanced version makes the decay last a little bit longer. So once the perk is actually on your screen, as long as you're dealing or receiving damage, it's going to stay up. But the moment that it kind of all slows down, enhanced will decay 3.5 seconds later. Not so much for PvE. And then we have Keep Away, a brand new perk, like skyrockets right into S tier category. When enemies are outside of 15 meters, it's like the opposite of Threat Detector. Threat Detector is 15 meters and in, Keep Away is 15 meters and out. You get increased range, accuracy, and reload. And with what others have said, and I've tested, it's really close to this. Like, you're getting plus 10 range, around plus 30 reload, and around about a 10% accuracy cone help for a weapon that you will be using outside of 15 meters all the time. That is a ton of free stats just for playing the game. Some of the tests, and I'll show you, like take a base 22 reload, and that's what we saw earlier, and then compare it to having 22 reload with keep away. This is going to solve our reload problem enough to feel good about it. And we know that the reload is over plus 20 because I did another test that had 22 base reload with keep away, and then I had 42 reload without keep away. So the 22 reload with keep away was faster. So that means it's definitely more than plus 20 to the reload stat. I doubt it's a scalar. I think it's to the stat. So it has to be around plus 25, plus 30 reload. And it gets enhanced, and enhanced is slightly faster. So that means all the other things are going to be a tad bit better as well. So it does lead me to believe that enhanced will get the reload to probably like plus 35, possibly plus 40, but I think it's plus 35. You also get plus 10 range, and enhanced, that might be plus 15. We don't know the numbers on that, but plus 10 range just for being in your intended range. I'm going to talk about this later on with your barrels, mod, and masterwork. It does come into play. And then of course, accuracy. And accuracy is one of the biggest things in the Crucible, and PvE too. You're getting literally free accuracy for playing in your range. And it does give more accuracy. Like in this visual, the right side has keep away, the left side is just the regular hand cannon, same range without keep away. The X, if you were to draw a line with those lines, is your accuracy, and the circle is the aim assist. If you notice, similar to opening shot, that the keep away reticle is pulled in slightly more, meaning that it is active and it is working and it is giving more accuracy. And when you're looking at it, look how much more the lines on the right reticle are pulled in more into the circle compared to the left. Like everyone liked that. So be on the lookout on every gun that has this perk. A lot of play. Like I did a side-by-side like cones of opening shot on Cantata versus keep away. And the difference here is the keep away cone is better. It is more accurate, but I have more range. And then I started thinking, well, you could do this too. You could run high range with keep away and then double, or in this case, triple targeting, and look at this reticle. It kind of looks like, if you played with it, like a Lucky Pants last word. Extremely accurate on the ground. And that's going to transfer to the air too. That's separate from your airborne effectiveness, but it's going to be extremely accurate. The fourth column, Pugilist. This is a primary weapon, so every kill you get 10% of your melee energy. Enhanced is 11%, and when you deal melee damage, you get increased handling, 35 handling. Elemental capacitor, various stat boosts based on whatever you're on. Solar plus 50 reload, arc 50 handling, void 20 stability, stasis 20 recoil direction, and a little bit of an ADS scalar for your strafe speed, and strand is 20 airborne. This is going to be a pick for some of you. It's not my first choice. We have harmony. Get a final blow with another weapon, switch to this, 20% more damage and 15 handling for 7 seconds. You have a 3-second window to switch to it after you get a final blow with another weapon. Enhanced, harmony lasts for 8 seconds. Golden tricorn, it's like a better rampage. You get a kill, 15% more damage for 7 seconds. In the Crucible, that will bring it to 92. And as an example, pretty cool clip with that micro rocket. I got some shots in, went to another enemy, starts dealing 92, which you can one head, two body with that. But I did 2 headshots and the micro rocket came out to clean them up, so that's pretty cool. Now, we are on strand. So a powered grenade, powered melee, final blow. While the golden tricorn buff is active, so you need to get a kill, in 7 seconds, get one of those powered melee or grenade final. The damage will increase to 50% for 10 seconds. This is going to have a high uptime in PvE. It's worth noting. Not my first choice, though. We'll talk about it with combinations. Kill clip. Get a kill, reload for 5 seconds. You deal 25% more damage. And now it is refreshable. You can get a kill, get the damage. If you need to reload again, it'll reactivate. Enhanced, it'll last for 5.5 seconds. Opening shot of attack, the first shot, 20 aim assist, 25 range, around a 5% accuracy cone size, 10% accuracy cone growth. And enhanced is just a little bit more of that. This is hit or miss. It is nice because it is a long range hand cannon, so it'll pair well with a sniper, pair well with a bow, and you can do things with this perk when it comes to your barrel, mag, and magazine. Then we have a new perk, Hatchling. Precision final blows are rapidly defeating targets with non-precision damage, spawns a threadling at the target's location. I have found that this is best with the Broodweaver, the Warlock, because after you get that final blow, the threadling is going to come out and it will seek for 6 seconds. Something like Hunter, it'll just dissipate, explode. But if you're on Warlock, it will perch to the Warlock, meaning the next person that you shoot at, it will go and seek. The threadlings deal 41, and they're somewhat inconsistent. So if you get a headshot final blow, it'll move to another enemy, deal 41 damage. That means you can do 80-80 for the crit in PvP, and that will be it. And as far as PvE, tons of synergy with threadlings. We have tangles, we have ways to work with the strand kit. It is a top tier perk for strand when it comes to PvE. It's going to be a solid choice because of that. So let's talk about some out-of-the-box combinations. Like one of them would be a super harmony weapon. It would be Envious Assassin Harmony, because you can get kills with other weapons, get 3, 4, 5, 6 adds. That's going to overflow, getting that magazine way up on round robin, and then you're going to have the harmony damage. You could spend that damage and then go right back to another weapon, getting kills with it, and when it's time, switch back to the super harmony. There are hatchling roles. For PvP, you can do something like Keep Away Hatchling, Envious Assassin Hatchling, and then either 4 times Charm or Subsistence with it, because all of these in some way are getting ammo back or bypassing ammo. And admittedly, hand cannons aren't in the best spot, but when you have something like Hatchling, pairing with the Strand Kit, it does have some play. You can do that if you want. Perfect Float is going to be there for some of you, specifically for the Crucible, maybe Perfect Float Elemental Capacitor. So maybe on Void, get the stability up, maybe on Strand, get the Airborne up, because you have Elemental Capacitors plus 20 AE, with Perfect Floats plus 30 AE, with Icarus on the weapon, it starts working out. You could do a consistent range weapon, and now we're going to break into the barrels and mag and mod real quick. Unless you do want this for PvE, maybe the Super Harmony roll, or like 4 times a Charm, Golden Tricorn, 4th time Hatchling, Subsistence Hatchling. You would go with Appended there, or Tack. Otherwise, it's going to be Ricochet rounds. Plus 5 range, plus 10 stability, helps one of its lowest stats, and range is always a good thing. I feel that the best setup overall for this thing is going to be Range Masterwork, Small Bore Ricochet rounds. You could also go Hammer Forged. Hammer Forged is 81 range, 30 stability. Small Bore is helping everything out. 78 range, 37 stability. But remember, once you get this thing to level 20, you get some stat bumps. So those stats get a little bit higher, getting closer to a min-max. So with this setup, Small Bore, Range Masterwork, Ricochet, you can do something like Killing Wind, Opening Shot. Around that 80 range, the first shot will be 100 range. After you get a kill, Killing Wind's going to activate. Then you're at 100 range, and you're still going to be using Opening Shots, accuracy help with the opening shot of attack. But it's a 100 range hand cannon. Or you can go Keep Away. So that'll go to 90, maybe enhances 95 range. Then opening shot will get it to 100, right? So a lot of consistency there. But what I did craft Small Bore, Range Masterwork, Ricochet rounds, enhanced Keep Away, Kill Clip. And this is where it's going to differ. I did mine for PvP, but it can be used in PvE. 25% more damage, it's refreshable, and we can get surges a lot on a strand weapon, so it's going to be doing more than 25%. But with this, I think it's too good to pass up. Now, you could also do the same setup with Keep Away, maybe Keep Away Hatchling, Keep Away Elemental Capacitor. But this thing is approaching 90 range. Enhance is going to be over 90 range, just at all times. Double, triple targeting on it with targeting help, with the reload help into kill clip. It's too good to pass up. Because kill clip in PvP, 100 to the head, it 2 taps. You can pair it with the sniper, really good team shot weapon, really good cleanup weapon to reload and then go. And due to how hand cannons are currently in PvE, I think the same setup with Hatchling is going to work too. But because of its low stats, I think that this is one of the best setups for it, and that's why I decided to craft that way. Getting the reload past 50 to help kill clip or Hatchling. Getting the range to over 90. Small Bore's getting the stability to 37. I think it just all around completes the weapon. And for a long time, I kept an Outlaw Kill Clip Loud Lullaby, and this round robin is a ton better because it's craftable. And definitely prefer Keep Away over Outlaw. But a lot of tough decisions are going to be made here. I do think that a PvE hand cannon is here, but you have to be mindful of the reload in the magazine. So reload, Keep Away is going to help. Magazine, Subsistence, 4th time. Envious Assassin. And perk-wise, Golden Tricorn, Kill Clip, Hatchling are going to be your main ways there. Definitely try to run a Surge if you run this hand cannon in PvE. But for the Crucible, 120s are still lethal, and this is one that you need to respect. The 2 taps will come. It's extremely accurate because of Keep Away. It's just all around a top tier weapon. I highly encourage you to get one if you're a hand cannon enjoyer. If you're new here, remember to hit the subscribe button, and if you are subscribed, thank you so much for your support. Let's talk about round robin down below. What are your thoughts? How did you craft it? Thank you for watching, and until the next one, I am CoolGuy.